Smoking flow.
How y'all doing? Y'all up? Y'all up? Y'all awake? Yeah, I floor. Okay, you see, I see my peoples. See my peoples.
So, Teahna, you got some family here, right? Tell us who you got here.
I do. I see my auntie and my uncle and my mommy.
Mom, stand up. Stand up, Mom.
She flew all the way from Orlando, Florida to come out. And my cousins just popped in. Oh, hey, y'all.
Those your cousins right there?
Yup.
Getting here late.
And also my former teammate, Marla K. Kennison. She was a big part of my journey at Texas as well. So that's family.
All right. So, Teahna, good to see you.
Yes, I have something for you. I wanted to show everybody, but this is my
That's her
pride
medal.
and joy, my 2021 Olympic medal. Yes. And I also just wanted to tell you thank you for giving me the confidence to be who I am as a Black woman, especially in the spaces that I was in Texas. I definitely used that and carried that throughout my whole career.
Awesome.
So thank you so much.
We're proud of you.
Yeah.
We are proud of you.
Thank you.
So real quick. So what is it like doing all this training and working out and lifts and all that to compete for 10 seconds?
Hard. No, it's challenging. It's definitely something that you have to make sure that you're ready for. You're prepared. You know, there's this saying called proper preparation prevents, bad performance. Mm-hmm. So you want to make sure that you're completely prepared because it goes by quickly. It goes by so fast. So you just make sure you're prepared all the time.
So tell us about your freshman year at the University of Texas. You had an experience I didn't know about till you just told me about it.
Yeah, Marla K knows. She was a witness of it. I mean, I'm not ashamed to say it. So I was definitely a part of the committee that was wilding my freshman year. And I was actually suspended from the track team for a week. And it was the week that we were testing. It was 6 weeks into the fall training cycle, and we were testing to see where we are on the track. And I was so pissed off I wasn't able to participate because I made a bad decision and decided to get too intoxicated at a party, and I blacked out. And that moment when my coach told me that I was suspended, that moment made me wake up and realize that I needed to get my stuff together. I was there for a purpose. You guys, student athletes, y'all are there for a purpose.
That's right.
I'm gonna say that again.
That's right.
Y'all are there for a purpose. Remember that purpose. Every time that you make a decision that doesn't align with what you're there for, it can either hinder you or it can help you. So, yeah.
So you got suspended for how many weeks?
A week, just 1 week.
And then that was fall semester.
That was fall semester.
How did you do in competition in spring semester?
Spring semester, I dominated. Period. I ended up winning nationals in the 60-meter dash, and I also had the American junior record at the time, which was 7:11. So I played no games. Yeah.
So then the Olympics rolls around.
Yeah.
All right. And so tell us about the Olympic trials piece and what your expectations were going into the trials.
Well, actually, fun fact, 6 weeks before the Olympic trials, I ran probably the slowest time in my career. I ran 11:34 at Mount Sac, actually in California. And it scared me. I felt like I wasn't prepared. I was a little nervous because I got hurt as well that same meet. And so I went back to my coach at the time, and he just said, look, these next 6 weeks, we're not competing.
Wow.
We're gonna be in the weight room, we're gonna be on the track, and you're gonna listen to me. And I listened to him those 6 weeks. They were hard, they were very challenging. I went through some body dysmorphia as well, because I lost a lot of weight. I was a stick. Like, honestly, you would think I was on crack. Like, it was really bad. But I was locked in for 6 weeks straight and went to Olympic trials. I wrote down my affirmations. Actually, the day of the final, I have this routine that I have before a competition. I'll go on a 20-minute walk in the morning, and then I'll go back to my room and I'll prop my feet up and just chill for the rest of the day until I have to go to the track. And that day, I wrote on the final day for finals, I wrote on my mirror in my bathroom, I said, I will be a 100-meter and a 100-meter Olympian. And went to the track for the semifinals, made the final, went through the final, got third place, and the rest is history, made the team, and yeah.
So you go to Tokyo. So you
Yeah,
talked
go to
about running against Shelly Ann Fraser-Price.
Yes, the
right?
GOAT. If y'all don't know who that is, y'all better Google her. She the GOAT.
And you said that, you said when your idol becomes your rival. Can you talk
Yeah.
about that a little bit?
Yeah, that was a real surreal moment. I remember the year prior, I looked at a track meet that she won. It was I want to say her first Olympic win. And I put on my Finsta, and I was like, I just can't wait to have that moment. A year before I met her, a year before I raced against her at the Olympics, I said, I just can't wait to have that moment. And while we were actually getting our medals at Tokyo after the 4x1, I went up to her and I was just like, I just told her thank you for being an inspiration to me. If y'all didn't know, Shelly Ann had a baby and it came back and was still dominating on the track. Yeah. So just her representation and her presence is very inspiring. And I had to make sure that she knew that from somebody that looked up to
her. So you got 7th in 100 meters?
I did. Wait, hold on. The only USA women representative in the 100-meter final. Let's just say that.
All right.
Yeah.
So what was it like running the 4x1 against those sisters from Jamaica?
And it's funny, my leg, I want to say I was racing against Elaine Thomas. And if y'all don't know Elaine, she has currently the second fastest time in history, right behind FloJo. And if I was nervous, I was definitely nervous, but I was so confident in my team. Yeah. And that's what you have to have for a relay. You have to be very confident in who you're receiving the baton from, and also who you're giving the baton to. Like, the confidence has to be through the roof, regardless of who was on the track. Like, that don't even matter at that point. That's my competitor. I can look up to you, yeah, but when we get on this line, it's up and it's stuck. So yeah.
No, that's awesome. But you talked about, having, a high of going to the Olympics, getting the silver medalist, finishing 7th, being the 7th fastest woman in the world at the time. And then you talked about kind of the depression you had after the Olympics. Yeah,
I definitely got in a hole. And it was sparked by, I didn't mention this in the back, but it was sparked by a former track and field athlete that committed suicide from the University of Houston, Cameron Burrell, and he was a friend of mine. Oh, yeah. So just to see that he decided to take his life after not achieving a goal that I was, I was a part of, that gave me a little survival skill, a little bit. And I, not saying that I took it personal, but just more saying, like, we've all been down that hole. Yeah. And just to see somebody that I've known and that I knew personally not make it, it hit really, really deep for me personally, just because, I don't know, I'm emotional sometimes.
You were survival's guilt, so.
Yeah.
You felt like, you said in the back, you didn't feel like you accomplished everything you should have.
That part. Yeah, because at the time, I didn't feel like me getting 7th, because that was the second time I was in a international stage for a championship, and I got 7th. That was the second time I got 7th. I felt like I could have done so much more than just 7th. I felt like I could have, gotten 5th or gotten 4th or, even 1st. I wanted to win. When I got home, I felt the love and everything, but I was still a little disappointed in myself with my performance. Yeah.
So how have you been doing from a mental health perspective of late? 'Cause I know you've had some grief in your family. You lost your dad a few years ago, lost your sister last year, I believe.
Yeah, so in 2018, I lost my father, and I had to get therapy for that. And also, but my therapy was Okay, so specifically in 2021, I went through this therapy called narrative exposure therapy, and it's just a trauma release type of therapy. And after every session, we say, I am ready, I am willing, and I am able. And I said that for a year straight. And I really feel like that was a part of me making that team. But in 2022, my sister passed away unexpectedly, which really put me in a deep, deep hole. In 2023, my career wasn't going the best. I wasn't running very well. And I just felt like everything was just, crumbling down. I was losing everything. Yeah, and I got into a really deep depression. I was suicidal. I had to call my mom one day after a really low day. And after that moment, I found my village. I found my people. I found people that understood where I was and helped me build that back up. So thank you, Mama. Yeah.
Awesome. So tell us about what you're doing in the community in Orlando right now.
So right now I have a nonprofit called the Teahna Daniels Foundation, and it basically centers around mentorship, health and wellness, and it's a youth development nonprofit. And I also offer speed and strength training services to the youth in the community in Orlando. I also work for my mom. She has a primary and secondary school in Orlando, Florida, and I do operations work there. Awesome. So yeah, I'm just trying to give my time back. I spent a lot of my years, since I'm in an individual sport, even though we have relays and stuff, there's still this, like I said, individuality about track and field, and I felt like my purpose now is just to give my time back. I actually had a camp last year. It took me a month and a half to get the camp together, and we ended up having 80 kids signed up. Awesome. And we raised almost $10,000 for it as well. So I was
stuff.
Yeah. So I was really, really proud of myself because of that. So yeah.
Well, on behalf of the summit, we thank you for coming to hang out with us. We're proud of you.
Thank you.
The folks at Texas are proud of you. And we look forward to seeing what's next. All right, give her a hand, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.